What's up, everyone? So want to do a quick breakdown for YouTube because today has been pretty insane, and while everyone is getting chopped out with the price action on NQ, which is absolutely awful, I managed to make 20k just by taking a quick one-to-one trade setup, right? Not a big stop loss, nothing fancy, just a nice area that I marked before the market opened, waited for price to come in, executed the trade, and I'll show you guys the results, right? So this is the Discord of the platform blueprint, first link in the description if you want to join. But I did say I was looking at this area for buys if price is coming in. So this was price action before New York Open. So we had the nice flip to the upside, we broke structure. I had the 0.7, 0.62 area with the fair value gap. Two simple concepts that work amazingly well if you have the patience and you're consistent with it. So let's see what happens. I said with 5-minute confirmation, but I ended up just waiting for 1 minute because we had a quick liquidity grab. And then I said GG's because price came right into there, and look at the reaction. And before I show you guys the results, let me just present the trade really fast. All right, so we got the charts here. And basically, as I said, I had a higher time frame area, right, the fib. All I want to see with New York Open is two things. I want to see a liquidity grab right into my level, and I want to see either a 1 minute if we are trending in one direction, or 5-minute confirmation if I'm not really sure about it. In this case, I waited for 1 minute because look how price, first of all, came right here. It didn't tap the area. It gave a reaction, a fake trap, and then price dropped very aggressive into my area. So first thing, liquidity, right? We had liquidity at this low above the fair value gap. Liquidity was taken after New York Open. So what do I do next? I wait for 1 minute confirmation. And this setup, this exact setup is presented inside the mentorship. It's pretty easy. You wait for 1 minute, 5 minutes to close into your direction. And on the next candle, once it creates the wick down, you execute a trade, cover the low, you go for a one-to-one. It has a 90% plus win rate. So 1 minute bullish candle confirmation, wick to the downside, right? That's my confirmation. What do I do now? I wait for the next 1 minute to execute. So the next 1 minute candle started to go down, created the wick right here. I executed the trade, put my stops at the low, 50 points, right? And basically aiming for one-to-one. And look how fast price moved. It's exactly 2 1-minute candles. So in 2 minutes, I managed to make that 20k just by one single setup, New York Open. And price did go to 1-to-2, but I'm not trying to be greedy, right? I'm just taking my profits at the one-to-one. I achieved my daily goal. It was a pretty good setup. And everything worked out perfectly because after that, look at the chop here, right? Price started chopping around, came lower into the fib retracement area, fair value gap, closed it completely, as we can see here, then gave another reaction, then dropped down, then now rebounding back to the upside. And I still believe NQ should end the week bullish, but it's just chopping so much that I want to call it a week right here. Look at the 50-minute, right? So we completely fill that imbalance, that fair value gap, we wick the lows, we close as a rejection, and this 50 minutes is about to close bullish. So that's my signal for another buy opportunity. So I do believe this will head higher and create a new high for the day. I may be wrong. I don't really care because I've done my trade. I made my profits, and I don't want to get stuck inside this chop where a lot of people are losing money. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to lock my accounts and be done for the day. And let me just show you guys the results of that. Look at that. So I started using TradeSync exactly today. This was my first trade taken on TradeSync. The way I did it was basically I gained as many fund accounts as possible, including like Apex, all the platforms. I have 51 accounts between 50K, 100K, 150K. And my goal is just to make anywhere between $250 to $500 a day on each account. That's my only goal. I'm not trying to hit big days. I'm not trying to hit 100K days. If I can do this consistently every single day, that's an insane amount of money. And I know it's very hard to get payouts with futures platforms. I need to build a buffer, you know. These all are funded accounts, by the way, they're not evaluations, but you can see the profit right here, 51 accounts, 19.5K. So that's pretty insane. So why would I not call it a day here? That's what I'm gonna do. And I also posted the breakdown, obviously, liquidity grab into the fair value gap, 1 minute confirmations with bullish, entry on the next 1 minute candle wicking down. That simple, execute the trade and straight into those profits, man. It's crazy once you really understand how trading works, and that you don't need any complicated stuff. You don't need 100 concepts. You know, you don't need, I don't know, just keep things simple, right? 1 setup, 2 setups, liquidity grab, confirmation, execute 1-to-1, quick in and out, 2 minutes, done for the day. That's my goal. And again, I've been documenting my journey for years now, going into CFD, Forex platforms, you know, making all that money, getting 6.7 million in capital, to now transitioning into futures, doing the same thing with platforms. And hopefully once payouts start kicking in, you'll see that I know what I'm doing and I'm showing people the right way to trade, the easy way to trade, and how to get funded in the fastest time possible. I did all these 51 accounts in less than a week. Actually it was, let's say, less than 2 weeks, 1 week and a few days. Because I locked in, I have a system, I have the platform blueprint that helps me understand how to trade, what setups to look for, what direction the market is heading, and I just take action. And I do it consistent day after day. So that was the breakdown. I hope you guys are not getting chopped in this price action. I hope you guys are calling it a week right here, because there's no point in trying to look for anything else. If you made profits, if you're green for the day, just call it and, you know, go into the weekend with a nice attitude. That's what I'm saying to my students, right? How you finish Friday sets the tone for next week, because if you finish Friday taking dumb losses, getting up in a choppy price action, you're gonna be upset the whole weekend. You're gonna go back to the markets on Monday with the mentality that you want to make profits back. You wanna make the losses back, and that's not good. But if you finish Friday green, you go into the weekend happy, you can relax, you can enjoy, you can come back fresh on Monday, ready for new setups and new profit.